to the supine sequence for this month's 30-day challenge. We're going to start lying on our backs. Go ahead and stretch your arms out over your head and your legs out long on your mat. And take a moment to just take a few breaths and feel the length of your spine.
This is Archie.
You're going to start turning your wrists and your ankles, starting to warm up your limbs. And then stretch out one more time. And go ahead, pull your right knee up towards your shoulder with both hands. Give your knee a squeeze. And then take that leg across your body, lift your low back and your hip. And if you can let your foot rest on the floor. You're just breathing into this twist through your spine, starting to feel the muscles that braid themselves up your back. Start to stretch. You can keep looking up to the ceiling, or if you want, you can turn and look out over your hand. And then you're going to bring that leg back to center and stretch it along on the mat. Let's switch to the other side. Left knee, you're going to pull it up to your shoulder. Give this squeeze. You can let your low back just melt into the floor. Allowing yourselves a few deep breaths. And then on this side, you're going to let the leg come across your body. Lift your low back, lift your hip off of the floor. If you can let your foot come down to the mat. Couple breaths. Look out over the hand, just stretching, opening up through your back. And then you're going to bring your legs back to center. Place one foot on the floor and then the other foot on the floor. Just take a moment to line them up hip to bone distance apart. So while you're lying here, let yourself find your head to be heavy, your ribs to be heavy, your tailbone to be heavy. And you're going to start to breathe into your back. So you're going to feel that your waist or your ribs start to expand out to the sides, back into the mat. And then when you exhale, blow out your air, feel your ribs start to draw together. Your belly's going to sink towards your spine, and there's this sensation that it's pulling in and wide. Reach your arms long at your sides and squeeze the backs of your shoulders down into the floor, opening up across your chest. Okay, you're going to start rocking your pelvis back and forth. Pushing your low back into the mat, and then reverse. Arch your low back off of the mat. And you're going to continue with this movement, just like you're rocking your pelvis like a boat in the water. Breathing like you're walking down the street, but when you exhale, drain out all of the air. Let your ribs draw together and your belly sink towards your spine. The next time you imprint your waist, you're going to hold here. Push the shoulders into the floor, arms and hands into the floor. Push your feet into the floor and start to pick your hips up. Reach your knees out over your toes. And then starting from between the shoulder blades, you're going to let your ribs come down to the floor, then your low back, your pelvis, and your tailbone. And you're going to keep on going here, finding a moderate pace. Now, if for whatever reason you're not rolling through the spine, if you have herniated discs or osteoporosis, you're going to opt to just press your arms and feet into the floor and pick your hips straight up, and then set your ribs and your pelvis straight down. So whichever option is appropriate for you, you're going to choose. And the next time you lift up into your bridge, either the articulated or your flat back bridge, you're going to pause here for a few breaths. Push the backs of your shoulders into the floor, reach long through your arms, push down through your palms. Feel the weight in your pelvis reaching out towards your knees over your toes. And then this last time, you're going to come back down to the floor. Lift one leg up to tabletop, the other leg up to tabletop, and squeeze your thighs together like you have one big leg. Sweep your arms out to the side so that your palms face up, head, base ribs, tailbones heavy. You're going to twist your pelvis to the right, lifting your low back on the left and your hip off the floor. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull your torso back to center. And then repeat to the opposite side. Your head's heavy, collarbones are wide, and your arms are reaching long out to your sides. You're going to find yourself a moderate pace here, twisting through your spine. Breathing like you're walking down the street, but when you exhale, pull your breastbone back down through your body, pull your belly button in towards your spine. Supine spine twist.
4, 5.
If you find having your legs at tabletop is a little too intense, you can just dangle your heels towards your bottom.
9.
You're going to let yourself be nice and even on both sides. And then pause, bring one foot down and the other. And find your spine to be in neutral again. Head's heavy, base ribs heavy, tailbones heavy, little space under your back. Sweep your arms up towards the ceiling, back towards your ears. And then reverse them up towards the ceiling and down towards your hips. And you're going to keep going here. Find your Pilates breath again. Breathe into your ribs and stretch nice and wide. And then as you exhale, draw your ribs together in the front, pull your belly in and wide. We're going to keep going here with the arms. You're going to layer in a chest lift. So as your arms sweep up to the ceiling, you're going to pick up your head, draw your chin towards your throat, look towards your belly button, reach past your hips, and then lay your spine back down. You're trying to peel your shoulder blades off of the floor. Fold under your breasts like you're folding a piece of paper. And each time you look up to your pelvis, you see that it's staying level. If you feel that you need a little more support behind your head, you can just bring your hands behind your head. The next time you come up into your chest lift, reach for your thighs, wiggle your shoulders up a little bit more, and just hold here. You can hold onto your thighs, you can have your hands reaching past your hips, or if you need support, you have your hands behind your head. A few more breaths, and then as you exhale, you're going to bring your head, neck, and shoulders down, arms by your side. Pick one leg up to tabletop, adjust your spine and pelvis so that they're neutral, and you're going to tap that toe down and lift that leg back up. Hinging at your hips, trying to keep your spine and pelvis neutral.
Can you put this ball in my hand?
One more time on this side. And then your foot's going to find the floor. Stabilize your spine and pelvis. Pick the other leg up. So you're going to find a moderate pace here. Continuing with your Pilates breath, pulling your belly in and wide on your exhale. The next time you lift the leg to tabletop, you're going to start to alternate. Pull your belly in, pick the other leg up, one leg taps, the other knee comes up. If you find that this is a little bit too intense for your low back, you can return to the previous variation. Widen across your chest, feel a little squeeze between the backs of your shoulders and your mat. Ribs drawing in, belly's drawing in, little space under your back. One more each side. Then you're going to place one foot on the floor, the other foot on the floor. Open your arms out to the side. Let your knees drop. And then you're going to let your knees drop to the other side. Bring your spine and your pelvis back to neutral. Line your heels up with your sits bones. Sweep your arms out to the side. Your knees are going to open away from one another out to the sides. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring them back together. Butterflying the knees. Notice here, as you move through your hips, can you keep your spine and your pelvis in neutral? No movement breath like you're walking down the street, but when you exhale, sink your breastbone towards your spine, pull your belly in. Last time, doing both legs together. And now you're gonna try just the right leg. Right leg opens out to the side and comes back up to the center. Out to the side and comes back up to the center. So you're gonna let your leg fall out to the side, feel your inner thigh, your belly, work to pull your leg back up to center. Are you able to keep your spine and your pelvis still neutral? Your breath still smooth. One more time with this leg. And then try the other side. Knee falls out to the side, belly draws in, squeeze the inner thigh to bring it back to center. And just notice in your body, does this feel the same as it did on the other side? A little different? If it's different, how would you describe that to yourself? One more time here. We're going to add on. This time when your right leg falls out to the side, you're going to straighten your leg on the mat. Then turn the leg back to parallel, toes and knees point up, and pull the heel back towards your buttocks. And you're going to repeat. Knee falls out to the side, straighten the leg, exhale, pull the heel back towards the buttock. So you're doing a single heel slide with external and internal rotation of your hip bone. Noticing here, can you keep your spine in neutral? Your head, base ribs, tailbone, heavy, little space under your back. You're going to try one more on this side. And then you're going to repeat on the opposite side. Leg falls out to the side, straighten the knee, turn the knees and toes back up to the ceiling, pull your heel towards your buttock. You're going to keep going here. Head's heavy, base ribs heavy, tailbone's heavy, little space under your back. Breathing like you're walking down the street, but when you exhale, let your breastbone sink towards your body, your belly's pulling in and wide. Again, like before, do you notice the sensation on this side is similar or is different than the other side? If it's different, how would you describe that to yourself? Last time. And then you're going to bend the knee, draw the heel towards the buttock. You're going to lift one leg up to tabletop, the other leg up to tabletop. Squeeze the thighs together. Find your neutral. Your head's heavy, your base ribs heavy, your tailbone's heavy, little space under your back. And now you're going to squeeze your thighs, straighten your knees up to the ceiling, bend the knees, drop the heels towards your bum. You're going to find a moderate to fast pace here. So you're just going to start to feel the fronts of your thighs start to get a little warm. Feel those muscles working. As you continue this movement with your legs, revisit the concept of your Pilates breath. So you're breathing into your ribs, but when you exhale, your belly's pulling in and wide. Now start to coordinate the breath with your legs so that when you reach your legs up to the ceiling, you're exhaling, pulling your belly back in towards your spine. So you're creating a little bit of opposition here. Legs reach up, belly button pulls back in towards your spine. Couple more here. And the next time your heels just bend towards your bum, you're going to reach towards the backs of your thighs and hold on. Take a breath in. Lift your head, nod your chin towards your throat, fold under the breast, come up into a chest lift. Use your arms holding onto your thighs to pick your shoulder blades up off of the floor. You can always bring your hands back behind your head if you need to. Squeeze your heels together, turn your thigh bones out, flex your feet. You're going to pull your knees in towards your shoulders, and then you're going to reach your legs out away from you. You're going to keep going here with the legs, and then bring your hands behind your head. Elbows are nice and wide. If you are not doing any rounding through the spine, if you have osteoporosis herniated disc, you're going to keep going with the legs, and you're just going to lay your body down on the floor. The lower you reach your legs down towards the floor, the more challenging this is going to be for you to keep your base ribs heavy, your tailbone heavy, and your pelvis level. You're going to coordinate your breathing so you're exhaling on the part of the movement that you find the most challenging.